Alright guys, I wanted to show you today Ninja's newest model of their Crispi. This is the Crispi Pro. I'm going to show you how it works today with the differences between this and the previous model, and I'm also going to go ahead and demo it out by roasting an entire chicken. So the main features that makes this great is that it does come with 6 modes. So you're going to be able to max crisp, and that's going to be good for your fries, air fry, good for your smaller meats, bake for your baked goods. This new model adds roast to be able to roast whole chickens or larger meats. You can also recrisp or reheat and dehydrate. Compared to other brands, this is unique in that it uses a glass bowl. So that's gonna do a couple things for you. So obviously it's gonna allow you to see and monitor the cooking process and make it easier for you to know when the cooking is done. But with this being a glass bowl, you can also prep all your meats, all your foods right in the bowl itself, put it in, cook it. And then, best part about that, once you're done for the night, you can actually just use this as the container itself because it does come with the lid that you'll be able to place right on top of it, pop it into the fridge, and you're done. All right, so you may be an owner of the previous model just wondering what the differences are. So one of the big differences, of course, is going to be the size. This can now fit an entire 6-quart glass bowl. That also adds the option to be able to roast. So that's one of the new modes here, along with Dehydrate. But this model also adds the ability to control the temperature. So unlike the previous model where the temperature was set according to the mode that you choose, you can now actually set a specific temperature, manually change it using this dial here. Okay, so let's talk about the physical features, and then we'll talk about exactly how this works. You've got your glass bowl here. It's gonna pull out. You've got your handles here, of course, to protect you from the heat. And the nice thing is that on the bottom, it has rubber feet. So once you take it out, you can place it right on the counter. It's gonna protect your counter without damaging it. So this model does come with 2 sizes, the 6-quart that we just saw and this 2.5. So there is a 4-quart available as well, but you just have to purchase that separately. So to accommodate the different size bowls, it comes with this adjustable shelf. So basically you pull it out like that, and then you can enter it into one of these notches in the back there. So that would be for the 4-quart, and then for the 2.5-quart, it would sit on top like that. And then same idea with the 6-quart, you just push it in, and that's how it works. Comes with 2 sets of the crisper plates as well as 2 sets of lids. All right, so as far as operation, very simple. There's a couple buttons here in the front, and then you'll have the LED display up top telling you what settings you're on, the temperature, the time, etc. So first you would just turn it on, of course, and then you basically go from left to right. But first you would choose your cooking mode, your cooking function. So let's choose roast, for example, and then you're gonna go ahead and choose temperature by turning the dial. Go ahead and click on time, set your time, and then you just push that middle dial and then it starts. A nice little safety feature is that if the pot isn't completely clicked in, it will say add pot on the LED display as well. And then there's also this light button here that you can use to illuminate the pot. All right, so let's test this thing out. Let's start by cooking some fries first, and then I'll show you how this does with roasting a chicken. By the way, one really nice thing about this quick start guide that it comes with is that it has recipes in the back there. So if you're kind of a first-time cook as well as a first-time air fry user, no fear. You can just reference the back. It's got a lot of popular recipes that you can choose from, including the roasting of the chicken. And what's really nice is there's a quick reference guide at the back as well for specific items. So let's say you want to heat up some mozzarella sticks, cook some fries, cook up some green beans, for example. It'll list the ingredient, tell you which size to use, and then you basically follow the columns here. It'll tell you the amount to use, the preparation, the function mode to use, the temperature, and then the cook time. All right, guys, so I have my fries here ready to be cooked. They're straight from the freezer, so no need to defrost. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with the oil spray and then line the crisper plate here. All right, so I do have the 2.5-quart bowl for this, just a small amount. I'll go ahead and slide this in. We'll turn it on. Choose max crisp, 450 is fine. And then time, we'll set it for 7 minutes since that's a small amount. And press the start button. Let's go. All right, guys, we just finished up with the fries, so let's pull it out and see how it did. Hopefully you'll be able to kind of see that. Golden brown, 7 minutes is all it took for that amount. I don't know if that crisp translates to the mic here, but. All right, so they did a good job with the fries, but let's do the ultimate test now. Let's roast a whole chicken. So I went ahead and prepped it right in the glass bowl, which I really love. Just threw on some butter and some garlic seasoning, and then set it to the roast mode, set it to 375, and started a timer for 1 hour, and then had the pleasure of watching it crisp right up to a finished product right on my countertop. All right, guys, the chicken is done, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out here and we'll take a look. Wow. Beautiful, beautifully done. You can just tell the crispiness is there. Just listen to that. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice it open just to show you guys how juicy it is inside. I know I'm not doing this the right way, but this is mostly just for demonstration, of course. Look at that. Boom. Glistening. Looks really nice and juicy. So you get the crisp on the outside, tenderness on the inside, so did a great job. Same idea on the back side. You can see here in the legs. That's the piece of meat I just tore off. Nice. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope that helps you decide whether this is gonna be right for you today, but if you are wanting to be able to prep, cook, and store all your food all in one bowl, one that's large enough to roast an entire chicken, definitely wanna check this thing out.